This is the Native Plant Center. We got this project started with Cameron County several years ago when we applied for federal money to build the plant center, because there's no source of native plants that we really could find on a regular basis here in the valley. Ocean Trust has worked with Cameron County on a lot of restoration projects. We've always had to propagate our own plants to reestablish plant ecosystems, and that was the initial impetus for starting the plant center here on the island. Currently, the city buys plants out of a nursery from North Carolina for their beach and dune restoration program, and it didn't quite make sense for us. We want to be a partner with the city and a partner with the county to provide plants that are going to be used to stabilize shorelines on the Laguna Madre side, and also to stabilize the dunes. There are different types of plants, and we want to be a partner in making sure that we do have those plants. And that's one of the principal purposes of the Plant Center. Now, we're also an educational facility, and we want this to be a public garden, as it were, for visitors that come here to learn about the plants that we have here on the island, everything from sargassum that washes up onto the beaches, to the dune plants, the bitter panicum and the sea oats, to the wetland plants, the black mangroves, and the seagrasses we have in Laguna Madre that are so important for coastal habitat. Why they are important to our region is another mission. And so a feature here will be a public garden in the back where people can walk through and learn a little bit about plants, both on the shore side and on the wetland side. So that's another aspect of the Plant Center. The partners that we've got with us are Cameron County and Cameron County Parks and Recreation, which is really responsible for their coastal dune program. We're looking forward to working with South Padre Island and their coastal program as well. Our initial funders were CAP, Coastal Impact Assistance Program. That's Fish and Wildlife Service from the Department of Interior. And we have private funding from some of the Ocean Trust members, like Bonefish Grill, which is a national restaurant chain that I want everyone to go visit and have an Ocean Trust martini, because every time you do, we'll get $1 out of it and we'll put it towards conservation projects. And so those are our partners initially, and we're really looking forward to reaching out to the community here on the island, to visitors that come here throughout the state, and so they might enjoy it and help us to protect the plant ecosystems of South Texas, and that's what we do. I'll just mention the first project that we did was to rescue 20 very mature palms and yuccas that were set to be destroyed in the development of a city project, and we stepped in and forward before we've even opened and spent some of the money that we do get from Bonefish to transplant those plants and save them, so that people can learn and see and more about the plants that we have here, and provide some educational opportunities for that. I'm hoping that we'll be able to open next year. We've still got a lot of work to do. Obviously, we've finished the interior building. We've been using everything we can that's been donated or scrapped. You'll see that the materials here are made of old wood that have been lying around. The interior wood was wood that was in a yard and been sitting there since the last hurricane rolled through here. So it's a little discolored, but we love it. And it's a little rough on the edges, but we did use every bit of nickel that we had to get the building up, and that's done. But we've got a lot of work outdoors. We're hoping the community will help us and participate, and that's especially where we're going to be working with the Texas Master Naturalists. In the planting of the gardens out in the back, we're going to ask the communities to donate plants for our garden, so we don't have to go out and buy them. And so there'll be a large volunteer effort, and hopefully some people might actually make a contribution. We are nonprofit, tax deductible. You can see us at Gulf of Mexico naturecenter.org. There's also a link through oceantrust.org, and you can learn more about how you can participate in this project.
Well, the extension tie-in to the Native Plant Center is through the Texas Master Naturalist program. Here in the Valley, we have 2 chapters of Texas Master Naturalists, the South Texas Border Chapter, which is headquartered in Hidalgo County, and the Rio Grande Valley Chapter, which is headquartered in San Benito. these chapters share Cameron County for their territory. So both of these chapters are sending volunteers down to the Native Plant Center to work here. So that's pretty much the tie-in between the three entities, or two entities really, the Texas Master Naturalist and the Native Plant Center. Well, the public it'll be educational. They'll benefit from learning about native plants, the importance of native plants, and our beaches will be able to be restored much quicker than, say, if we have a storm and plants are washed away and we can't replace them because we have to order them from Florida or North Carolina. We'll have a source here, and so the public will benefit from that by quicker beach restoration and education.